Welcome to Metro TV. My name is Reem and this is Christina, and we're going to perform curly hair on her hair today. Thanks for joining us today. So we're going to get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start my curling iron, and I'm using a Marcel ceramic curling iron. And what's easy about this is that you can clamp, you can take control over the clamp. That way you can open it as wide as you want or close it as tight as you want. Now the heat setting that you want to set it on is not too high so you don't burn your hair. You kind of want to do the medium. It depends on the hair that you have, if you have coarse hair or fine hair. So then I'm going to section her hair, and I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to take the first section, and it's going to be a medium section again. So like we see here, it's about 1 inch to 2 inches from the bottom. So we're going to clip this up away from the hair. And the first section that we're going to take is again about 1.5 inches to 2 inches wide, so that we have control over it. Then I'm going to grab the curling iron and open it as wide as I can, so that I don't have to touch this and burn myself, and position it downwards. And then just start wrapping the hair around it slowly, and make sure you don't get your fingers really close to the curling iron so you don't burn them. And you just want to keep holding on to the very end of the curling of the hair. And then when you let it go, you get that effect. And then you take the next section and do the same thing with it. Position it down and wrap the hair around. And it depends on how tight or loose you want the curl. Sometimes you don't have to keep it on there for really long. Sometimes you just wrap it and quickly take it off. And we're going to take the next section down, again about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And it's easy when you have these kind of clips, so that you can section it with it and have an even section around. You just want to make sure you get all the knots out. And section it about 1 inch wide. Again, open the clamp on the curling iron and hold it with your finger. And then the placement of the curling iron can be on the bottom if you want more volume towards the roots, or it can be on top if you just wanted it to be flat. So I'm going to place it on the bottom for more volume. You don't want to get it too close to the root so you don't burn your head. You want it just enough space to get the curl from the top to the bottom. Sometimes if you don't get the curl curly enough, you can go back and recurl it. And this is optional too. You can sometimes close the clamp on the hair, but don't close it too tight because you don't want a dent in the hair. There we go. There we go. And basically what you're going to do is just keep sectioning the same way I started. until you get to the front.
Okay, so now we finished the whole head of the hair, and we're gonna do the front section. We're gonna do it away from the face. That way you don't have it, like turn the curl on your face. It'll look more natural, more beachy. And like I said, you can leave it on for longer if you want a tighter curl, or you can leave it on for less time if you want loose curl, a more natural curl. Okay, so now we are all done with the whole head, and you can see we curled the whole hair. We did the top section, we did the sides, the back, and now we're gonna do the finishing touches. A lot of you like to leave it straight, your bangs straight, or if you like to curl it a little bit to like kind of push it back and let it blend with the hair, you can take your bangs, either section it in 2 sections, it depends on how thick it is. If it's thin, you can just take the curling iron, place it in the back, close the clamp lightly on it, and just twist it halfway through the bangs and then towards the end. And you don't want to leave it on there for too long so it doesn't curl too much, but you just want it to have that wave, that natural wave. And then you can go back and do the shorter sections of that. And again, you don't want to leave it on there for too long. Then what we can do at the end is run your fingers through it. Now before you do that, you can let the hair cool off for a little bit so that the curl sets, or you can do it right away. And in this case, we let it sit down for a while. So what I'm gonna use is the Bumble and Bumble thickening cream. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and just spread it on the palm of my hand, just like this. And you always want to make sure you take enough, whether you have, coarse hair or thin hair. You don't want to take too much of this. And you're just going to rub it in your hand and run your fingers through the curls. And you can go from the bottom of the hair to do the bottom section. And then go from the top. And you want to make sure you're doing it slowly so you're not pulling the hair. And then the top section. And you want it to have, you don't want to section the top like a straight line all the way back. You want it to look as natural as you possibly can. So you just brush it back and let the hair sit wherever it decides to sit. And with the front. And this cream that I'm adding also adds shine to the hair. And another thing you can also do is you can section each curl and put some cream on it to kind of like separate it from the rest of the hair if you want it to look, to have that like separated curl. But if you want it to just look all natural wave, I suggest you just blend all the curls together. And do the same thing on this side. Now you can always add more cream if you need to, if you didn't get enough the first time. Okay, and this is our beach wavy hair look. Thank you for joining us today. And again, my name is Reem and this is Christina. Check us out at metrobeautyacademy.com. We'll see you next time.